G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. I hope you're all well out there. Now I know what you're thinking, he sounds a bit like shit, which is fair comment, because that's a bit how I feel, but that's just physical shit. I'm actually quite happy, to be honest, because if you remember in my last video where I said I was giving YouTube the flick for a bit, because I just don't have the energy to do my day job and YouTube at the same time, and I put it down then to mental health, because that's really what it felt like. Really felt like some depression was kicking in as well, and my energy levels were just off. But it turns out it was physical as well. Well, more physical than mental, as it turns out. So, I mean, the upshot is, beginning of March, I thought, and actually, like, I've been doing a lot of Uber, so, you know, I've been getting my head a bit clearer about, you know, financial obligations, so that's not kicking me up the arse as much. Quitting YouTube did do what it was intended to do, but unfortunately, my energy was still shit, so what I decided to do was start running again, and I set myself a target to do a mile in, and I wasn't expecting to be able to run a mile flat out straight. As soon as I started, it's not. I've done it before, and I know that's not how it works. It takes me a few goes, a couple of weeks, and then we're into the swing of it. It just wasn't bloody happening. I'm thinking, fuck me, is this it? I'm just old and I just can't do anything anymore, man, you know? And at that time I thought, and I was running and it's so hot here, and I was getting pissed off with the beard and the hair. Oh, well, I'll shave that shit off. And when I shaved my beard off, I thought, oh, I can't remember my face being that asymmetrical. I mean, it wasn't like this, like bloody Elephant Man, 50% Godfather. But oh, that's interesting. Anyway, in the last couple of days, it really flared up painfully and fucking horribly. So I took myself to the hospital, and they've been absolutely bloody brilliant here. I know things takes time, but I don't care, because they're doing a great job. Had some tests and shit, so I'm just waiting to be admitted. Probably been here for, well, they said at least 2 days doing shit. Without going into too much detail, I've got a gland infection. So the upshot is, even though I look and sound like shit probably, I'm actually quite happy, because once I get this sorted, I'm going to feel like a new bloody man again, which, you know, I've probably been carrying this around for the last 2 or 3 months, which is why my energy levels have been so bloody low, you know. So they're giving me all sorts of jabs and stuff like that. And so I've been here for a couple of days on drips and stuff, and if that don't work out, then a little bit of surgery or something like that. But hopefully, look, I'm not doing this for sympathy, as I usually don't. I'm just sort of telling you what's what, you know. And hopefully that'll be it. So could be by the end of the week, I could be all tickety-boo again. There's a minor chance that won't happen, but fuck it, I'm not going to start thinking about that. Odds are it's just, yeah, I've just been carrying the infection, and unfortunately having a beard hid it a little bit, because I couldn't see my face changing. Or maybe I wouldn't have noticed, because it was probably a gradual thing. But so the upshot is, like I say, I'm feeling my mental state is so much better than it bloody has been for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, man, because at least now I know that, you know, it was down to a physical illness instead of just my dumb brain, and we fixed that, and we can get rocking and rolling again. So when I did my video deciding to, hang on, sorry, I haven't talked this much for a while. What was I saying? So when I did that video saying I was leaving YouTube, I really hoped it wasn't going to be a permanent thing. I wasn't just doing it to, get clout or anything like that. I thought realistically, maybe 6 months and I'd be back, be able to do both at the same time. But hey, shit, if this goes well this week, I might have to delete. Oh, fucking hell, don't laugh, you silly cunt. Fuck me. I've lost my train of thought again. If all goes well this week, I could be back a bit sooner than I could have imagined, which would be lovely, because it wasn't so. It was something I did with a heavy heart because I did enjoy it, but it's just simple fact I couldn't do both. I was just bloody knackered all the time, man. Absolutely knackered. And that was getting me down, and I was putting myself down, negative self-talk and all that. But hey, it's biological, it's physical, so and it's 99% fixable. And that being the case, I'm happy as Larry. It's a bloody relief, actually. I mean, the last couple of days have been extremely climbing the walls painful. I didn't know quite what was going on, but now I've been here all day. It's the evening now, and there's not just light at the end of the tunnel. There's a great big, pasture full of gambling lambs and shit in the meadow, and mead raining from trees. So even though, like I say, even though I look and sound a bit like shit, and I do feel a bit like shit, don't feel sorry for me or anything like that, because I'm actually pretty happy. I can't laugh. Don't laugh. So I say I'm going to be in here for a couple of days, and we'll see what happens after that. But while I'm here, fuck it, I might as well talk about the AZ Alkmaar game, which I thought was brilliant. In fact, just to give you a quick synopsis, because hang on, what time is it? Yeah, I've got my next thing at 6 p.m. Bit of time. My sort of quick synopsis of the last few Tottenham games. I think we've played pretty well in all of them, apart from I thought Bournemouth was a little bit ropey, and the away fixture at AZ Alkmaar was not good. But the other ones, like Man City, we didn't win, but we played well. I thought we played really well. And then the other morning when we played AZ Alkmaar, I thought it was a great performance. I thought there was some really good Spursy stuff going on. It was exciting football. Put a smile on my face. It's just as all this was really flaring up when I was going full elephant man. But it was nice to distract myself away from that shit for 90 minutes. And I thought, wow, we scored some good goals. Solanke, man, dude, that guy's so strong. He's almost like a rugby league player when he sees a player running in to sort of give him a shoulder barge or whatever. He just sort of leans into it, stands his ground. He's one tough unit, that guy, and set up two beautiful goals for Odebear. Yes, man, it was Odebear. What a story that guy's having, eh? Great, such unselfish play by Solanke. So, I know you usually look at a centre forward for, I don't want to video people, you always look at them for goals or whatever, but the difference he makes to us up front is incredible. And I've said this during the year that, when we've had bad performances without Solanke, well, that's what we were playing like last year. You can see the difference that Solanke makes. And look, Odebear had a great game. There's an ambulance just firing up there. Might get some fumes. Is it an E-ambulance, an E-vehicle? Is there an exhaust pipe? Yeah, it's all diesel, isn't it? Odebear, man, two great goals. Yeah, people can say they're tap-ins or whatever, but I wouldn't like to be in that position. You know, there's no such thing as an easy goal. There really isn't. It's the hardest thing to do in football, and the number of times I've seen some of the best players in the world fuck it up from 2 feet out. It's not easy, man. But Solanke's back heel flick for the third goal was just, I mean, you should be arrested for doing stuff like that. It was so spicy. And the great thing about that third goal was the way that Odebear started that move. I mean, that was, you know, I don't like the phrase "Ange ball," but that was good. That's the sort of football we want to play, you know. Front foot, the press was working really well, and the fact that Odebear was back as a winger, nicking the ball just outside our 18-yard box was just fantastic, man. Now, as far as other Spurs stuff, you know, channels, I haven't been watching the damn thing. I've been working absolutely flat out, which is probably why I turned into the Elephant Man. You know, I brought it all to a head in the end because I've been working my arse off. I'm just not interested in any of the discourse. I really liked what Ange said in his press conference for the Fulham game, talking about, you know, and I've said this throughout the year, you know, criticism is one thing. You know, a chat over a few beers is one thing, but just the level of disrespect Ange has received from the media and some of our online fans has been disgusting, you know. Telling the manager who's been in the game 26 years that he don't know what he's talking about, he's out of his depth. Yeah. That he's out of his depth and doesn't know what he's doing is an absolute joke. So I'm glad he went on a bit of a lyrical wandering about that. There's a little doggy barking there. Just to put people back in their place a little bit, you know. I think it needed to be said. The only bit of the only 2 bits of Spurs YouTube I've been watching was one, like Jacob, United Spurs of America, did a bit of it, like when I said I was leaving YouTube, he did a bit of a tribute, and I only watched 2 minutes because it was too emotional for me. I thought it was a bit like watching my own obituary, you know, so I couldn't watch it, but thanks to him, I've told him on the phone that anyway. But the other thing I watched hang on a minute. The other thing I watched the other morning after the AZ Alkmaar game was a smaller Spurs channel. He's a mate of Johnny Bethnal Green's, and I'll just pause it for a second. Jeez, I can't run a mile and I can't talk for over 10 minutes without getting knackered. But just for this week, after the AZ Alkmaar game, I watched a bit of Louis Joe Turner, and he was having a chat with Johnny Bethnal Green, and I really liked the vibe of it. You know, it was two blokes that clearly support Spurs. They had different opinions on this, different opinions on that, but not like some weird fucking psycho agenda-driven thing. Just having a chat about the football, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was nice and relaxing. That was just as all this shit was really kicking in, so I needed a bit of a distraction, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. So I'll put a link into Louis' channel below, and he's one to watch out for, kids. Really good stuff. And like I say, he says stuff I don't agree with, but that's not the point, because you can see he's a guy that genuinely just wants. He's the team first, you know, team first kind of guy, you know. There's less and less of them about. It's all me first, and it's always team first. Like, I go back to Steve Perryman before the second leg of the UEFA Cup final, because he was suspended for a disgusting decision in the first leg. He was suspended for the second leg, and he was asked, I think it was Jim Rosenthal asked him before the match, are you going to lift the cup if Spurs win? And straight away Steve said, no, Graham is, or Robbo is the captain tonight, he'll lift the cup, and it's team first. I think he actually said team first as well. memory serves. You know, that's what you want from well, you want it from your captain, you want it from your players, but you want it from your fans as well. It's always team first. Sometimes, you know, it's better to not look so much of an expert if what you say might get into a player's ear. You know, you don't want that. So Louis Joe Turner, very, very nice channel. Johnny Bethnal Green still going. Jacob, that's what I'm going to stick with. Oh, and I'm going to enjoy a nice, relaxing 2 or 3 days. I hope it's just 2 or 3 days. If it's longer than that, who knows, man. But just going to enjoy it. I might do a couple of videos while I'm here. I've got fuck all else to do. There's a game tomorrow morning against Fulham. I don't know if I'll be watching that one live. I don't know if I'll probably be in a shared ward. I don't know yet. I don't know what the accommodation shit's like. Probably shared, so I don't want to wake people up at 3 o'clock in the morning playing a trumpet, fucking shouting when we score goals against Fulham. Oh, I can't laugh. It fucking hurts. But I'll watch it during the day. I might do a little review afterwards. Hey, now I don't know if I'm going to get back regularly into this. But hey, we'll see how we go. We'll just play it by ear. But like I said, I'm happy that there's a knowable cause for it. It's just such a fucking relief. It really is. And we'll get it sorted and see what happens next. And might take 3 years for the beard to come back. I don't know. Quite like the stubble look at the moment, but that's because I'm a lazy prick and I just haven't shaved for a while. But we'll see how we go. Anyway, after my last video, I got a lot of well wishes. You know, like I was saying at the time, I'm not dead or anything like that. Just need to change a few priorities in my life, which well, here we are, eh? But all those messages, I didn't reply to them, obviously, because I don't reply to comments and stuff. But it was quite moving. I'd have to read them in batches because it was quite emotional reading it. So thank you to everyone for your support out there. But don't worry about me. It's a team game. It's team first. That's what it always is. And we're going to smash Fulham. We're going to smash them, I don't know, 5-0, let's say. Until next time, folks, peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.